Good morning. Welcome to Up to the Minute. I'm Todd Duplantis, and it is a Monday, October the 30th. We've got your HCC news and information coming up the next half hour. We're live at the HCCTV studios this morning. My co-host, though, Dr. Nicholas Cox from our history department. Good to see you, Nick. Where exactly is your office located?
Well, I'm over here at the WHI, the West Houston Institute campus of the Alief Hayes campus here. I guess this is that West Chase neighborhood of Houston.
Gotcha. All right. We have you here every Monday, and I've never asked where exactly are you located in the district. So you're out there at Alief Hayes. Okay, gotcha. It's a beautiful morning if you haven't been outside, especially if you like cooler weather. We got a lot of it, and they say it's going to stick around for a little while, Nick.
Yeah, finally we'll have a cool Halloween tomorrow night. Did you spend this weekend doing Halloween stuff, or are you saving that up for tomorrow?
You know, I just relaxed a bit this weekend. Nothing big on the radar, and kind of liked it that way. So, yeah, I guess all the Halloween activities will be tomorrow. But I'm going to tell you, tomorrow is going to be a low-key evening for me as well.
Sounds good to me.
We want to thank everyone, Nick, who's watching us on Facebook Live and YouTube. We are here just about every morning. HCC is in session Mondays through Fridays, live at 10 a.m. And they can also catch us anytime in social media and also on our cable channel.
You know, that's right, Todd. We're live on the Houston Community College District Facebook page and on YouTube. We're also on X, LinkedIn, and on HCCTV at noon, 5, and 10 p.m. Monday through Friday.
Okay, Nick, stick around because you'll be interviewing this next guest. Debra Schultz has joined us. She's the drama program coordinator for Media, Performing, and Visual Arts Center of Excellence. Debra, good to see you.
Good morning. Thanks for having me back.
Yeah, so we're going to be talking about HCC's fall drama productions. Looking forward to hearing about that. So we'll be with you. Nick will be with you in about 10 minutes.
Thank you so much.
All right, first up, it is Mental Health Monday, and we're welcoming an HCC partner to talk with us about an upcoming series of workshops. LaVondia Menephee is the Outreach Director of NAMI Houston, National Alliance on Mental Illness. LaVondia, welcome to the show. Thanks for being here this morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Great to be here. Thank you for having me, Todd and Dr. Nick. Great to see you all this morning.
Absolutely. Now, you're partnering with HCC's Counseling Department on some webinars called Mind Body Mondays. Tell us about those.
We're so excited about our Mind Body Mondays, Todd. The whole idea is that NAMI Greater Houston, we're really looking to meet community members where you are. So wherever you happen to be at noon, just go ahead and log in on the Zoom with us, pop in. Each Monday, we'll have a somatic practice for mind, body wellness. So today, we're going to start off with square breathing at noon when you log in to join us. And then Wednesdays, we have Wellness Wednesdays. And so for that, we'll just have wellness tips, just things like journaling, immediately actionable, totally affordable things that you can do for yourself, especially as the weather changes. We think about seasonal affective disorder coming around. Frankly, the holiday blues are coming around. We all need to have tools in our toolkit to reset ourselves for this most wonderful time of the year that we're going into, right, Todd?
Well, you know, it is a wonderful time of year, but it seemed like over the summer, it was different than the past few summers. It was so darn hot for so long. A lot of people were finding themselves staying indoors. Did you find that a lot more people were depressed during the summer because we were kind of living in a heat wave for a while?
Well, we don't really have the numbers on that, but that is really quite interesting and certainly a thread to follow. But to your point, this is exactly why we have NAMI Greater Houston Unlimited as part of our outreach offerings, is that even when folks are inside for whatever reason, they don't have to worry about traveling to a class or traveling to a webinar or a workshop in order to take advantage of all of the wealth of peer-led support that NAMI Greater Houston offers. You can just really log on with us and work on any of the practices that we're going to introduce to the community.
Tell us about Wellness Wednesdays.
So with Wellness Wednesdays, we're really excited about that. We're reaching out to practitioners all throughout our community. We're reaching out to therapists. We're reaching out to aromatherapists. We're reaching out to folks who have rich journaling practices. Again, just to pop on, 30 minutes is not a long time. It's half of a lunch break. If you get that, I'm thinking about my teachers, right? Our teachers out there, you may only get 30 minutes. And so it would be an honor to have you join us on Wednesdays just to talk about other actionable practices that you can put into place to take care of yourself.
Will these weekly sessions, if you can't catch it live, will the weekly sessions be, will you be able to stream them afterwards? They'll be recorded?
Absolutely. That's a great question. We are going to record them and they will be available on NAMI Greater Houston's website at namigreaterhouston.org. And we also have our social media platforms as well. We're on LinkedIn. We're also Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all of the standards.
Let's talk about some of your Houston projects that NAMI has as initiatives. I know you guys spend a lot with outreach initiatives. Tell us about those.
So excited about our lineup of outreach initiatives. So NAMI Greater Houston Unlimited is just one way that we are looking to find the community members who usually don't have access to our more traditional programming. And we're doing that through partnering with churches. So if we have any clergy who are listening and you think, wow, I would like to partner with NAMI to have more mental health supports embedded into our programming, please send me an email. We work with churches. We also work with schools. And we train healing circle facilitators. So we're super excited about that because healing circles are just 5-week informal ways to just see others and to be seen, kind of like a processing group or kind of like, a friend group with people who really don't want to give you advice, don't want to fix your problem, just want to hold space for you while you work through a tough time. We're training facilitators for that. We have our Hearts and Minds initiative coming up, really diving deeply into the connection between physical health and mental health. So we have lots of information coming up about that. Todd, we have just a whole universe of offerings, and the best way to keep in touch with us to find out what's going on is to become a member. And so when your viewing audience goes to namigreaterhouston.org, go ahead and become a member. Our memberships start at $5 and go up from there. And that's one way that you can make sure that you receive our newsletter and that you're really keyed in to get more information about all of the exciting offerings that we have coming up.
We're going to have that information in our social media post after the show so people can look you up. You guys also have a big Texas conference coming up as well.
We do. We are super excited to be the host city this year for the NAMI Texas Conference. There's still time to register. If you're interested, it's going to be Friday and Saturday, this coming up Friday and Saturday at the Hilton Houston, Post Oak by the Galleria 2001 Post Oak. Please join us. We have lots of really great workshops coming up. To take a look at that, at the schedule, just go to namitexas.org where you can really peruse that and get an idea of what we're doing. And Todd, really quickly, Thursday night, NAMI Greater Houston is hosting a pre-conference event at the Hilton Houston by the Galleria, where we are airing The Secret She Kept. It's a movie, so we have a movie screening followed by a panel discussion around bipolar disorder. So it's going to be really interesting.
You guys got a lot going on this week. Mondays, Wednesdays, Thursday, then you got the conference on Friday and Saturday. It's a full week for NAMI at least this week in Houston, huh?
Absolutely. We're very excited. We are helping our community find help and find hope wherever you may be.
What are some of the ways that the HCC community can maximize our partnership?
Well, I will tell you, we really love working with the great folks who work with counseling at HCC because we always have presenters there. We have a presenter coming up this week for Self-Care Day, I believe it is. Lots of different presentations, but also I really want to encourage the Houston Community College network to really consider becoming members. And also we have another outreach program called NAMI on Campus. And with NAMI on Campus, we have students. They're completely student-led. It looks different at every campus. But with a NAMI on Campus at HCC, our students who are really passionate about mental health and want to make a difference for other students, we support you in setting up your student group and really making sure that you have the resources that you need for your programs. So please get in touch with me about NAMI on Campus. Please become members, take advantage of the wonderful presentations that the counseling department sets up. Lots of different ways to stay engaged. So thank you for asking, Todd.
Well, we appreciate you joining us today. LaVondia Menephee, she's the outreach director for NAMI Greater Houston. Great partnership here with HCC, and we appreciate it. Thanks, LaVondia.
Thank you, Todd.
And as mentioned, we'll have all the information, all the links in our social media post after the show. All right, we're going to turn things over to Nick. And Nick, you've got another special guest. Let's talk about drama productions coming up.
Oh, that's right, Todd. Thank you. We are moving on to talk to Professor Debra Schultz. She is the program coordinator for the drama department in our Media, Performing, and Visual Arts Center of Excellence. Welcome back to the show, Debra.
Thank you.
So before we get to the fun stuff, let's cover some of the nuts and bolts of your program. You say the drama department, it exists and students can major in drama. Tell us more about that.
Yeah, we're one of the best kept secrets here at HCC. A lot of people are like, oh, wow, you actually have a drama program and we can actually do this and study what it takes in order to move into the world of acting, technical theater, theater education. So we actually have 3 tracks. Students will graduate with an associate's in drama. Each of the tracks speaks to what students need. So we have the performance track for those folks who want to become actors. The technical track works for students who want to do design work, whether that's in costume, scenic, lighting, or sound. And then we have the general track, which is really meant for students who want to go on and kind of pay it forward and become theater educators and pass along what they have learned here and as we move them on to a 4-year program.
No, that's great. I was reading a little bit about these degree plans and tracks, and I confess I didn't realize you guys had classes on tech, on stage makeup, classes on directing drama. I'm glad to see a whole range of those classes. What can students expect in fall and spring? Now the spring enrollment is open. What kind of classes would a typical student working on their drama associates start with, and what would they complete on these tracks? What classes would they take?
Well, we require all of our students to take Introduction to Theater or Theater Appreciation, I guess as it's called now. It's for those of us who've gone through the name change, sometimes it sticks. For Theater Appreciation, because we want to make sure that everybody really understands what goes into theater. We have a lot of drama majors who come without a lot of theater experience or very limited with what their high schools were able to afford or what they've been able to put together working in the Houston area. And then all students, regardless of track, take Acting 1, where they learn the basics, and then Stagecraft 1, which is because no matter whether you're an actor or a technician, you need to be able to do some basic skills of putting sets together because you don't know where your first job's going to come. And if you're a theater educator, you're going to be expected to build your own set once you get there, as well as script analysis, which is kind of our capstone class. That's for the students who are going to be getting ready to graduate. And then we have the whole plethora of other things: stage makeup, costume technology, Stagecraft 2, Acting 2, all of the things that will help put together a program that will get students from where they need to be today to either a 4-year school or out into the industry with the basic skills they need to be employable.
Excuse me, and I understand a lot of students are interested potentially in teaching drama, whether that's at the K-12 or potentially future at the community college or college level. And that general track could potentially prepare them for being an arts educator as well.
Yes, it offers probably the most wide-ranging of things. We include the history of theater is required for that particular track. And then they get to cobble together what it is they think that they're going to need, right? If they lean towards being a performer themselves, then we encourage them to take the more technical side of the classes to get that extra training there. Because if you're a middle school or high school theater teacher, you may be expected to not only teach all of the actors what they need to do, but to be able to design and build your own sets and costumes and light the show and design the sound. We have a lot of high schools that don't have huge facilities where we find theater educators who need to be a jack of all trades, and that program really will help set them up for that.
So before the pandemic, I was in the habit of going to watch the performances at the Stafford Fine Arts Center Black Box Theater. Is Black Box Theater, I think is what you would call it. How many of our campuses have a theater like that where students and faculty can experience performances?
We actually have 4 production hubs. So right now I'm sitting in Theater 1, the MERS Theater at Theater 1 at Central. We also have the Black Box Theater out at the Northeast campus in Caldwell Hall. Spring Branch campus has a Black Box Theater, as well as the John C. Corley Black Box out there at Stafford. So we actually have 4 production hubs. Currently, since we've been trying to come back from the pandemic, we started back with just 2 productions at the 2 big campuses at Central and Stafford. This year we've broken out into 3 so that we're able to have, for this fall, we're having shows here at Central, at Stafford, and at Spring Branch. And then in the spring, it will flip to Stafford, Central, and the Northeast campus. And
let me ask you about those productions. Tell us a little bit about this, the first play that's coming up, Life is a Dream.
Life is a Dream, La Vida es Sueño by Pedro Calderon de la Barca. It's the show I'm actually directing here at Central. The show is interesting. It was written in 1635 in Spain. So it is part of the era of coming out of the Elizabethan and Renaissance period with magical realism and all of that. I picked this show in particular, however, because we have so many students who are either bilingual or English as a second language. And we find, especially the students that where English is their second language, sometimes they struggle as performers. And it's not because the talent's not there, it's because there's a language barrier. So we had the right students, the right time. And I've been trying since pre-COVID to do a show that we could do in a bilingual fashion. So Life is a Dream, La Vida es Sueño is actually done in English and Spanish simultaneously. Actors are flip-flopping all over the place. We have students who are bilingual, who are English second language, who are beautiful actors in Spanish. We have students who are English language first, who have learned Spanish for parts of the show. It's a whole number of firsts. The show itself is about what happens when a father listens to a prophecy and kind of has a self-fulfilling nature about his son when he locks him away so that he doesn't become a horrible human being. And by locking him away, he turns him into a horrible human being. And it's very poignant. And there's some things that really resonate today with
this show is going to start on Thursday. Students and faculty, yeah. Well,
we open on the 2nd and run the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 6th at 7:30.
When the Life is a Dream show wraps up, you guys will be moving into a second and then the 3rd production, the Games of Foot, a murder mystery, and Bertolt Brecht's The Caucasian Chalk Circle. Could you tell us a little bit about those?
Absolutely. So the Games of Foot, or Holmes, like Sherlock Holmes for the holidays, is by Ken Ludwig. It is a murder mystery set kind of in that 1930s Hollywood glamour. So it's a very different kind of show. It's very broad and funny and farcical in nature. That will be at our Stafford campus. That opens the following week so that we run the 9th, the 10th, the 11th, and the 13th. We've gone to a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Monday model for most of our shows. So that's going to be kind of a broad comedy. And then the final show for the fall is the Caucasian Chalk Circle by Bertolt Brecht. So it's part of the epic theater movement, which is very, very theatrical in nature and really will kind of confront the audience and pose as many questions or even more questions than it does answers. And that show will actually run Wednesday through Saturday leading up to spring break. All of the tickets for all of our HCC productions are free. We just ask that folks make reservations so that we know how many people we've got coming in case we are in a situation where we're sold out, which happens frequently, which is a good thing for our students as well as our program. And I believe you've got have been running very nicely, and thank you very much for running our flyers with all of the information about getting tickets. It's as simple as clicking a QR code and it will take you right to where you need to go.
Well, we will definitely have all the information about these events in the notes of our show, and we certainly want to encourage students and faculty to attend and support these programs. Sounds like a really wonderful range of drama for the season. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you both. And we've got a few announcements to get through before we wrap up this morning's show. First off, if you're looking at graduating this semester, well, students, the registration deadline is quickly coming upon us. Graduation's around the corner. Are you on track to graduate? Well, deadlines are approaching and there's more to it than you might think. HCC's graduate checklist is available for you online. Make sure you're on track to complete, walk the stage, and it also has some tips for preparing for the big day. But you have to apply for graduation by this Wednesday, November the 1st. We'll have a post after our show and a link where you can find more information. We've also got some faculty exhibitions that are coming up to an end across the district.
That's right, Todd. Faculty member Janine Dykes makes artwork reminiscent of toys, and they'll be on exhibit in a faculty exhibit at the Northwest Spring Branch Gallery. It's all open until November 3rd, and it's free. This exhibit is called Third Culture Kid, and it's one of several faculty exhibitions around the system that are soon going to close this fall. Check our post after the show for the link to register.
We got some student life tips available for you. Several virtual workshops are coming up to assist students in improving skills or studying needs to lead to the grades they want. Coming up next week, academic essay structures. Check that one out, 4 p.m. Wednesday, November the 8th. It's available on Teams. We'll have a link in our post for more info on that. And do you like Beethoven? Well, we've got a recital coming up as well, Nick.
That's right. A lot of arts announcements today. This is a Beethoven sonata. HCC is hosting the Da Camera Artistic Director, Sarah Rothenberg. Now, she's going to play late Beethoven sonatas at a special concert for HCC on Tuesday, November 7th at 7:30 p.m. This will be at the HCC Stafford Recital Hall. No need to register, just attend.
Okay, tutoring is available for all of our students. ASC is here to help. Academic Success Center, that's what it stands for, is available to help students stay on track with coursework, understand assignments, and improve your study skills. Check our post after the show for information on our tutoring services. And spring registration's underway. Now's a good time to register if you want to get the classes you want, Nick.
That's right. It is a great time. Enrollment is open. Classes may not start until December or January, but if you want to pick the time, the place, and the instructor of your choice, get in and register as soon as you can. So we have classes in lots of modalities, including online anytime, online on a schedule. We have traditional in-person classes, including labs, and we have hybrid classes and hybrid labs. So to learn more about HCC programs, the start dates, and options to cover your costs, go to hccs.edu/apply.
Okay, tomorrow, big day, Halloween, and it's Tasty Tuesday. So you know what that means. We'll have a special guest on to talk about a Tasty Tuesday Halloween dinner at a restaurant called Savior or Savor. That's what Savor. It's going to be in the Heights, and we'll have them on tomorrow to talk about their Halloween dinner. And the Houston Ghost Tours will make its return to the show. It's going to be a very spooky, special show tomorrow for Halloween. Nick, you got any big plans for Halloween yourself?
I really don't. My sons are a little bit too old to go trick-or-treating, and they're more inclined to party with friends on Saturday night than a Tuesday night. So I think I'll maybe watch a scary movie and go to bed early. I don't know.
That's kind of what's on tap for me as well. Well, Nick, thanks for being here. We'll see you next week.
Have a great week, everybody.
And we'll see all of you tomorrow. Boo, so scary on the show. It's going to be 10 a.m. live right here for Up to the Minute.